Organized demonstrations and rallies in Kakching district against the reimposition of Armed Forces Special Powers Act in the state. The procession began West, Lamlai in Imphal East, Moirang in Bishnupur, Leimakong in Kangpokpi and Jiribam, which has been affected by fresh violence. The Manipur government has formally requested the centre to reconsider and revoke the reimposition of the Armed Forces Special Powers Act in 6 police stations area of the state.
Kakching district asigi khunai kan ba apun ba mara pai bi luki general secretary ki thoram pujari bani aduna ngasi ki rally ki khongse ase Kakching district asida lairi ba mipung khurima yamdong gi nupi nupa khudima ki thamoi da chuduna laira ba jiri gi ngarang na hangi thamdok aduga tha kara tere chupna manipur da santi pura pangam da ba myot minai lau shu da kaptharak ba hatharak ba miyam gi mamal yamla pun si kaya ngasi mamal leitana ufun gum na manghali ba ngasi ki india lenga kamadi state lenga ta ekoi pen da bi ki khongse ni ekoi na chachali ba se aduga nakalamada manipur da First back comes and Biduna, Nasi Equi, Manipur, the lady bar, Tamzara, Yellow Missing, Mutanaba, Mamba, Maung, Asibu, Manipur comes in Bayaro, I became Mayoka, Chatalaba, really comes.
Doctors, lawyers, senior journalists, engineers and other educated professionals came together as Taragi Chesu and held a protest at Imphal on Saturday. Educated professionals and research scholars say that they are frustrated with the prolonged crisis in the state and they decided to hold silent protests. Rojan Tangjam is a retired police officer who said that the protest represents a wide section of academic community in the state and that the immediate reason for protest was the recent incident in Jiribam, where innocent women and children were targeted. Brozan said that the academic community in the state is worried about the shrinking moral and ethical space in the wake of the present crisis, which is the ethnic clash, and said that the disappearance of legitimate institutions of the state is a cause of concern. He further said that through this protest, an appeal is being made to the authorities to reassert the legitimate institutions of the state. He said that the need of the hour is to contain the violence, sooner the better. Meanwhile, participating in the protest, research scholar Devina Moirang said targeting women and children is an inhuman act and as such, it should be condemned.
Name, please, sir.
My name is Rojan Tangjam. I'm a retired police officer and a United Nations official.
Sir, please continue.
And part of the Taragi session that is coordinating today's sit-in protest.
Sir, what is this silent protest being organized by Taragi Chesu today?
This protest was organized by Taragi Chesu, coordinated by Taragi Chesu, but it represents a wide section of the professional and academic community of the state. One thing we have realized is that, of course, the immediate reason for the protest is the incident in Jiribam, where innocent women and children were very brutally killed during the incident, during the crisis. But we also wanted to reclaim the shrinking moral and ethical space in the wake of this crisis. One development that we have seen with concern is that the shrinking moral and ethical space is also the disappearance of the legitimate institutions of the state. Through this protest, we want to appeal to those who matter, to those who are in authority, to reassert the legitimate authority of the state and contain the violence sooner than later.
So your name, please?
Devina Morankam. I am a research scholar in Dhanamandjiri University, Manipur. We are sitting here to protest against the killing of the six innocent civilians of Manipur in Riots, including 3 women and 3 children. It is like targeting against the unarmed civilians, innocent children. We are strongly condemning against killing of those innocent 8-month-old children. It is like killing a very innocent who cannot even speak even a little word also. So it is very inhuman, and it is like we are not even supporting the domestic violence also. We are still protesting against the domestic violence against women, and now it is like in harming those unarmed women and children. It is so inhuman, and I want to say that the concerned departments, concerned governments to look after the situation and punish those who are responsible for this inhuman act. Thank you.
We'll now take a short break. For more news, keep watching Hornbill TV.
यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के विजन के अनुरूप माननीय मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ के प्रगतिशील नेतृत्व में अविस्मरणीय यादों के साथ संपन्न हुआ प्रयागराज कुंभ 2019 जैसा कीर्तिमान बनाने के लिए महाकुंभ 2025 के सफल आयोजन को तैयार है कर्म योगी सरकार। स्वच्छ महाकुंभ, हरित महाकुंभ के अनुरूप पौधरोपण, पार्कों का जीर्णोद्धार एवं सौंदर्यीकरण के विभिन्न कार्यों से महाकुंभ में आने वाले पर्यटकों को होगी विशेष अनुभूति। कूड़ा प्रबंधन, ठोस अपशिष्ट निस्तारण और पॉलीथीन फ्री महाकुंभ के लिए बनाई गई है विशेष कार्य योजना। श्रद्धालुओं की सुविधा के लिए 1,45,000 शौचालय का कराया जा रहा है निर्माण। सौंदर्यीकरण और मेला थीमेटिक लाइटिंग के कार्यों से कुंभ नगरी प्रयागराज को मिला है नव्य स्वरूप। मानवता की अमूर्त सांस्कृतिक धरोहर महाकुंभ 2025 में अमृत स्नान का पुण्य कमाने आओ चलें महाकुंभ।
Welcome back. Heading on to the next news. The Roos Avenue Court on Saturday issued summons to 2 former police officials to appear for the recording and their evidence statement in 1984 anti-Sikh riots Pulbakas case. Congress leader Jagdish Titler is accused in this case, and he appeared through video conferencing. Special CBI Judge Jitendra Singh was informed by the CBI that the summons could not be served to prosecution witness Manmohan Kaur at her address. The CBI sought time to make an effort to serve the summon again to witness. The court granted time, and meanwhile the court has summoned other prosecution witnesses Dharam Chandrasekhar and Ravi Sharma for the next date. That is on December 2. On November 12, the court concluded the recording of the cross-examination of Lakhvinder Kaur, widow of Badal Singh, who was killed by a mob at Gurudwara Pulbagas during the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. Badal Singh was a Ragi in the Gurudwara Pulbagas. This case is linked with the killings of the 3 Sikhs at Gurudwara Pulbagas in 1984, and the Roos Avenue Court had framed charges against Congress leader Jagdish Titler on September 13th. The CBI had filed a supplementary charge sheet against Congress leader Jagdish Titler in May 2023, and the agency had filed a supplementary charge without arresting Titler. He was summoned by the court after taking cognizance of the charge sheet, and he was granted bail in the court after he appeared. The case is related to the 1984 riots which took place after assassination of the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi on 31 October 1984. Russian President Vladimir Putin said Friday that the Moscow could carry out more tests and more tests of the hypersonic Oreshnik ballistic missile in combat conditions a day after firing one on Ukraine. Putin, in his televised meeting with the military chief, said that they will continue these tests, including in combat conditions, depending on the situation and the character of the security threats posted to Russia. Russia fired a new generation missile at the Ukrainian city of Dnipro earlier on Thursday in a major escalation of the weaponry being deployed in the nearly 3-year conflict. The Kremlin boss also ordered a missile which flies at speeds of Mach 10 times the speed of sound to be put in serial production, the mass production. Russia is developing similar advanced systems, he added. Putin also said they need to begin serial production and the decision has been in effect taken. Putin claimed no other countries in the world had such missile technology, while he considered other states would be soon developed. Mamata Banerjee-led Trinamool Congress had a massive victory in the West Bengal's by-polls, the countings by winning all the 6 assembly constituencies. The by-polls were held in Naihati, Harua, Medinipur, Tadangra, Sitai SC and Madirahat ST. Following the resignation of sitting MLAs who had secured victories in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, thus vacating their assembly seats. Of the 6 constituencies, 5 are located in South Bengal, a stronghold of the TMC, while Madarihat in the northern part of the state had been won by the BJP in 2021 assembly elections, making it a key battleground in the region. Despite the BJP's hopes of retaining its northern seat in Madarihat, Jay Prakash Topo of TMC captured the seat. Protesters in Pakistan restive northwest chanted anti-government slogans and tensions on Flat Friday after funeral prayers were held for 42 Shiite Muslims who were ambushed and killed by gunmen a day earlier in one of the region's deadliest such assaults in the recent years. The victims were travelling in a convoy of several vehicles from the northwestern city of Parachinar in Peshawar, the capital Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, when the attack took place on Thursday. Those killed included 6 women and 20 others were injured. Survivors said that the assailants emerged from a vehicle and sprayed the cars with bullets. Nobody has claimed responsibility for the attack so far and police have not identified any motive. Thursday's attack took place in Kuram, an area where Shiite Muslims dominate. Sectarian clashes between the group and Pakistan's majority Sunni Muslims have killed dozens of people in recent months. Tribal elder Jalal Bagash said that the bodies began arriving in the city on Thursday evening. The Shiite community group Anjuman Hussainiya Parachinar announced 3 days of mourning and coffins were draped in white cloth that bore red calligraphy. It read, Labaik Ya Hussein, a Shiite expression in remembrance of the 7th century martyrdom of the Prophet Muhammad's grandson Hussein that gave birth to their fate. Locals carried the coffins along through Parachinar as people thronged the streets. Markets, shops, roads and schools were also closed. Locals and relatives of the victims staged a sit-in demanding action against the perpetrators, and a senior police officer said clashes flared after the Parachinar funeral between rival tribes in Kuram, 250 kilometers south of Peshawar. Sunni and Shiite tribes targeted each other's position in several areas of the district, the officer said. There are some casualties, but they do not have a confirmed number for the dead or the injured, the officer added. He spoke on condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to speak to the media. Shiite Muslims make up 15% of the 240 million population of Sunni majority Pakistan, which has a history of sectarian animosity between the communities. Although the two groups generally live together peacefully, tensions have existed for decades in some areas, especially in parts of Kuram. Dozens of people from both sides have been killed since July when a land dispute erupted in Kuram that later turned into a general sectarian violence. In the wake of escalating tensions, several youths have left their families to settle into bunkers. Determined to safeguard their ancestral lands, the Kuki community has come together to assert their rights and protect their territory. Check out exclusive visuals from Kuki bunkers as they performed duty to defend their lands. Community leaders revealed their demands, seeking recognition and protection for their rights.
On the war started before I completed my 12, and I've myself held sacrifice for my people, for my nation, to defend my land on the going crisis war of that the Manipur government and the Imphal Valley based insurgents groups led by the Arambai and the UNLF attacking the civilians. I myself decided to defend my land till my last drop of my breath and my blood. So the crisis is going on. Something if our volunteer have defended the government, the CM always take up the cases like the Kuki militants. But till today, the Kuki militants never took apart a single bullet also. The Kuki militants are there in their own show camp. You can go and visit them. And I will take part till my last drop of my breath and my blood. And by the God plans, if...
That's all for the Primetime Bulletin. This is your anchor signing off.